Good morning, class.
My name is Jin, Sarah,
And Alejandro.
and today we'll be demonstrating our
Medieval Era Craft Project.
Ta-da!
This is a medieval catapult. It was introduced to England in 1216. By the way, it's also a siege weapon. It hurled everything from stones to dead animals, or even alive animals, into a manor. Catapults were mostly used to attack manors.
As you can see, this isn't the original catapult, but this is our original, and Sarah will be demonstrating how it worked.
Okay, so these wheels on here on the catapult were kind of the important part of the catapult. When it was done attacking one castle, it moved to another castle to attack.
Move,
It
shift, migrate.
kind of like the modern tanks we have right now. Jin?
Oh, and the rocks were used so they can weigh down the catapult as it was back holding the animals or even dead animals on here. It could come down more smoothly and it could come down quicker.
And this motor, when the soldiers push down on it, you can see the central lever, which has the dead animals basically. They did this, and the thing would go down until it reaches a certain point that it will eventually launch. Basically, that's how it works. And we're gonna show you a demonstration right now. For Jin, where's the castle?
Oh my god, I forgot the castle! I was gonna bring my Barbie castle, but I thought it was gonna be too big, so. But don't worry, I have a better castle.
Really? Let's see the better
Oh
castle.
yeah!
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Okay.
Just put the thing in there. All right, and
1,
2, 3, fire.
We won
Like
the
that.
war! That's right! Victory
Yeah.
is ours! Knights were given land by a baron in return for military service when demanded by the king, and they had to protect the baron and his family, as well as the manor, from attack. To become a knight, they were trained for many years, and when they were worthy enough, they could become a knight. Knights ate many exotic foods depending on the situation and drank wine. A knight's estate is smaller than a lord's estate. Knights were respectful and loving to women, and it was their duty to protect the church. The church thought greatly of the knights and even called them divine. The church played a huge role in a knight's life, and they also had to protect the church from attack.
The role of the peasant in the feudal system was to work on the noble's land. A typical day for them was to work on the farmland and do all the chores related to it. The woman cooked for the family. Also, since they were really poor, they couldn't afford to buy good clothing like silk clothing, so they just wore simple wool clothing draped around them. Moving on to the features of the peasant house, the house was usually 2 stories high, and it was really sturdy and waterproof, and it also had a curtain instead of a door. The women in this class were treated very badly. They were even accused of things they didn't even know about. The church looked upon them like any other peasants. They made them pay 10% of what they gained every year to them.
The nobles had a big part in the role of the feudal system. Their job was to defend common people. They were also the people who gave out land in exchange for living and working on their land. A typical fare for a noble's feast was very extravagant. A usual occurrence on the manor table was fowl, meat, and fish, often cooked or fresh, smoked or salted. They were the only people who could afford large quantities of milled flour and other grain products. In a meal, proper etiquette was in order. They did not use forks, spoons, or forks, and ate with their hands. Wealth did affect the style of clothing. Many people wore wool, as silks were very expensive. The nobles, however, wore important turbans and silks from the east. Brighter colors, better materials, and longer jacket lengths were signs of greater wealth. Women in the noble family had no rights. Their only jobs were to have children and to take care of the household. They were also not allowed to choose their husbands. Their fathers chose for them. The church ruled the nobles' daily life. All the nobles were expected to attend sermons that were held daily by parish priests in small rooms called chapels. Prayers were a big part of everyday life. The church had to approve of what you did, how you behaved, or what you would be punished, sometimes with your life.
The church's role in the feudal system was very important. It played an immense role in the lives of people and replaced governments. The Pope was the head of the church and was very rich and very powerful. He had authority over kings and queens in religious matters as well in government. There were no separation of church and state. In the Middle Ages, food was valued very much, even after the Black Plague. Meat was highly craved by all classes, but most lower-class citizens could not afford meat, or were not allowed to eat meat as approved by the church. In addition, diets for individuals were different. It all depended on what class they were in. The different rooms in the monastery, it allowed the monks to view the paradise garden, reminding them of heaven. There were nights there that allowed monks to attend late and early services. Also, a chapter house. It was a room in which monks met daily to discuss business and to hear a chapter of the monastic rule.
Even though you guys didn't care about this project, because we guys think that you guys are sleeping right now. It's just that we just want to get a good grade, and we just want to say thank you.